I never know when we're like live because there's always a bit of a delay. Always just staring.
It's okay. I like that. Oh my goodness.
Now we're live.
Our names are correct tonight. I'm now actually Ryan.
I
know. I did it.
Maxine, last week you were on the stream and I was Maxine, so you know.
Nice. You're welcome.
And I think the sound is working. I think so. We may have done it this time.
It's a good place to be.
I know.
You know.
Let's not count our kitchens for they hatch. Whatever this expression, I can't talk. Count our chickens before they hatch. There we go.
Yeah, I like that we're. It feels very patriotic tonight because Ryan's got the red and the blue. Maxine's got the white.
Yeah.
If I gotta say the yellow, I gotta.
No, the background. The background.
I got it now.
Very American patriotic. We should classify.
Yeah. Well, I say that.
There's no yellow in Canada either.
And you're
but,
an American.
Although if we remove Jeremy, there's red and white. So
that's
Canada,
true.
Right?
The stream might be better then, anyways.
We also serve France and Russia. See, we are patriotic for a lot of groups tonight. China's red and the yellow, so we kind of cover
worldwide. You know.
Yeah.
CG Spectrum. We're all over the place.
We actually are. That's a true story.
It's good to be back. I missed last week. And the week before. No, I was here the week before. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm back.
You know,
sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm not.
We did miss one thing. We didn't set the topic. I know there's just too many things. One day, everyone. One day we will get the stream correct. We're gonna get this all right again.
But not today.
No.
Not today.
Almost.
We can't say not today, Satan, because we failed. So you know.
What are we talking about tonight? XBox. We're talking about Epic.
Epic Games, Houdini. Well, technically, it's
pretty crazy news. Pretty epic news. Huh?
But there we go.
Oh, man. All right. Make chit chat as I update the titles for everyone.
So,
hello, Ryan.
Maxine and I still owe everyone our awful Squadron stream, which we have not forgotten about.
I forgot.
Okay, I take that back. Which I have not forgotten about. Maxine, on the other hand, her down there. She's at an angle for me. I think I have to do this on here. I think. There we go.
Yeah, where am
I? Yeah. So, but we will get there. I will say this week I've had the flu this weekend and so I just basically sat around and played FIFA Soccer for like 3 hours, which is the longest I have played a set of video games in I don't know how long. So,
how was it?
It's really good. As always, I picked the Wickham Wanderers, which is my favorite soccer team in the world, the Wickham Wanderers, and I picked the career mode, and I got promoted in the first year. So, yeah.
Good job. I was really hoping you were going to say that you're playing Squadrons the whole time for 3 hours.
No, because I would be hurt.
Yay.
It was the middle of the night, and because I couldn't sleep because I didn't feel good, and
right.
I have two small children, so you don't get to get that much time ever in one collection unless they're asleep.
I have some news for everyone.
Go for it.
It's on video.
Oh, I was looking at our Zoom chat, and you don't have a video in there. I was just listening. I see it now. You got a PS5.
I'm not even looking. I know. I know exactly what's going on. He has the PS. He went and got the PS5 box from somewhere and was like, "Oh, look at my beautiful PS5 that Ryan still doesn't have yet."
I know.
I've seen these really cool, like Instagram and like TikTok videos of people actually like VFXing, like adding a CG box into the video, and like sending pictures to like their boyfriend and be like, "Look, babe, I got you a PS5." So good, so good. Mean. And then he comes home and it's like, "Where is it? Where?" He like runs in. He's like, "Where is it? Show me the box."
This is totally for TikTok. That's 100% TikTok evilness.
Yeah,
right
yeah. Or there's funny. Like one. See, I don't have a PS5, but I've been just watching the content of people getting them, and there's one of a girl who bought her boyfriend a PS5. All these like really awesome girlfriends out there. This shout out to you, ladies. But anyway, so she got one for her boyfriend, and then she gave him the controller first, and she had bedazzled it. And he was like so excited. Then he got it. And he's like, like he broke. He didn't know how to feel because he was like so happy, but like
he's like,
I can't send a picture to my friends because they're gonna be like, what?
That's awesome.
That was one of the worst
really
TikTok
good
trends.
PS5
over the coronavirus. I wasn't really into TikTok until during the quarantine, and I got into it because my wife was like, "Look at this funny stuff." And
you gotta dance.
Was it in that voice?
Yes, my 6'2" wife talked like that. She would murder me. Jeremy hasn't met her. he knows for a fact that it's not how my wife talks.
Does she watch this stream?
Thank the Lord, no. She'd be storming in right now, give me the death look. With her, actually, she wouldn't. She's so sick right now, but she would want to. She would laser eye me. No, that's always my voice for my wife when she's like, when it's something that I don't know. It's always what I use for her, and it sounds nothing like her. So anyway.
Well, mine was like, it was weirdly the opposite. Like, my wife was asking me, she's like, well, did we get one yet? And I was like, yeah, I got one. And then it came in, and then she took pictures and texted it to her friends at work, even though she's not going to play it.
Because it's just a cool thing to do now.
I know.
It's a status statement. It's like,
I know.
It's like buying the mansion and then only filling like one room of the house and then renting furniture for your parties, you know? Which, by the way, that is a thing. I don't know if you guys know this. That is a thing.
I want to try it. You know?
I know.
I had no idea.
When we can have parties again.
Anyway, I got to play some Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
What game did you get? What game did you get besides Assassins?
That's it. I'm not like a huge Spider-Man person.
Oh, and your game's not out yet, is it?
Stray is not out yet. I added it to my wish list though.
Okay, Jeremy, I'm here. I hear you. I hear the Christmas. I hear what you're
I know.
Christmas.
I know it's not out yet. Stray, Project Athia is I think that's early 2021. And then
Stray's like they pushed it way back, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm sad. Stray release date sometime in 2021.
I'm sure you're looking forward to Mighty Fight Federation.
Yep.
On the PlayStation 5 in January.
Yeah, maybe I'll pick that up in the meantime. I mean, it'll take me like a year to get through Assassin's Creed, so.
I'm still Xbox hunting right now. So this is honest to God's truth. Jeremy was with me on the call. I got the Xbox after our last week. I got the Xbox. It was in the cart. I hit purchase, and from the time that I had it in the cart to hitting purchase and adding in my information, they were sold out.
Yep. I was sitting, well, because I had the Amazon alerts.
Literally right there.
And I had the Amazon alerts on for PS5, and I was at the kitchen table, and it pinged up. It's like, it is available. I was like, no. So luckily I have all like the fast checkout stuff. So it was like 2 button clicks, and I had it.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, it sold out in like 5 minutes, I think. They were gone.
Snooze, you lose, right? That's the whole entire expression.
I just imagine one of those buttons
the medium
in the
does
commercial,
look good.
like
Big glob of goo. Is that out yet? I didn't see that on the store. Oh, that's December. Yeah, see, it's not out yet either.
That's coming out soon, at least. Oh yeah, I've heard about this one, the horror game.
And what's the
too scary.
Oh, Ghostwire Tokyo. I have no idea what it's about, but the poster looks super cool, so I'm interested.
I have no idea.
Well, because they have that trailer, but it's super weird, and I have no idea what's happening. But I'm interested. I'm interested.
All right, so I'll share this with you guys here, Jeremy. You can pull this up. This is a teaser trailer. All right. So there's a story behind this. This is funny. Here you go, Jeremy. This is a teaser trailer that's being worked on, right? And I shared it with a friend of mine, and he was like, his exact words were, got here. He goes, where is it? I can't find it probably. There we go. He said, like a true trailer, you have no idea what the gameplay is. I guess that's why he did call it a teaser trailer. And I was like, yep, it's pretty much correct. Jeremy, your quality's low again.
Oh my goodness. So picky.
Get it together.
It's a 720. Like, how can you even tell it was?
I just can't, man. I always give Jeremy a hard time about this too, because always.
Oh, I know.
I know who
So
would
scary.
possibly publish the teaser trailer that you don't know what the game's about. Like, who would even do that, Brian?
A lot of people. A lot of people do that. And it's not finished. This is a teaser trailer that's still being worked on. But, you know. Are you watching it right now on stream? Is that what's happening?
I am, yeah. That's why I'm like, it's scary.
But look at this logo work. This logo is amazing.
Ooh, I like that.
That is pretty good.
Do you see stuff in the logo?
It looks like a zombie.
I see a tree and a person walking.
The thing that's like this in the O.
That's
is that a zombie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, zombie person.
See, I get it.
And the little explorer over there.
Yeah.
I can take zero credit for that logo. I just thought when I saw the logo, I was like, that is cool, and like how it kind of the things come out. So anyway, but I sent that.
And you're like, publish it. Let's get this out there. The logo is perfect.
That's all we need. We don't need anything else. Ship it. Go
it's
for
a really
it.
tight logo.
I mean, logos are important though. That is true, but they're not ship worthy. Now,
is it as good as this one though?
I was about to say, Jeremy and I were talking about logos when we did the original PS5 announcement stuff, and we saw Stray. So the Stray logo was really good. Jeremy pointed out the Stray logo that I did not see though initially. Jeremy, do you remember what you pointed out in it?
I was trying to pull it up, but
it's like the transparent version.
I didn't pull it.
I know it's like the transparent one. Come on, Google, you're failing me.
Okay. So don't ruin it. Let's see if I get what it is. Is that what we're playing? Can we play a game? Let's see if I.
Yes, let's play a game.
What?
Right, that I get hooked in something creepy and all of us are trapped into death and have to on stream survive.
Oh my god, that'd be good. We should do that for Halloween next year.
That is not good. Okay, like pretend. I was like, no.
Rushback, what's up?
Yeah, pretend.
There you go. Here's the logo.
Okay. I see the letters Stray. Okay.
That's good.
There's a cat. So we're talking stray cats. I actually don't have any idea what this game is about, so I'm guessing it's about stray cats.
Actually not far off.
Okay.
It's Jeremy's dream game. If Jeremy can make one game in the world, this is what he made.
There's like something in the eyes. I don't know.
Actually,
I'm not getting.
Instead of a cat, if you were a Shiba Inu walking around, then it would be perfect. But I'll settle for a cat because they're pretty close.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell if it's like, I just can't tell what the size of it. If there's something I'm missing, because it's really small in the inception of the screen and the stream.
I don't know. How's there not like a?
You can send me a link, I guess, on Slack, but so I could open it on my. Or I could Google it. I could Google it myself.
There's this thing called the Googles.
It's a little better, I guess. There we go.
Stray video game. Hold on. Let's see if I can figure out.
Jeremy,
there's this.
Rushback asked Maxine, "Did you watch the horror movie yet?"
The horror movie? Which one?
Remember in Halloween we picked out movies that we should all watch?
Oh, but the one you gave me wasn't like a horror movie. The anime, I wouldn't really call it like a horror movie.
Did you watch it?
It was like a series.
We call this deflection. This sounds like you're a politician.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a horror movie. I mean, in fact, I would think it's more of a psychological thriller or something. But did you watch it?
But did you watch it? Well,
Listen.
Do you like psychological thrillers? Really? I mean, versus
Who even really watches stuff anymore? Am I right?
And have you seen that cat logo? I mean, that looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm still working on the cat, guys. Too many questions, please.
That is essentially what politicians do, though.
I know. That's good.
Back to the cat. That's
well played.
Look over there.
I'm impressed. Maxine. It's a compliment.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't finish it. It was longer than I expected. I kept thinking it was a series, even though you told me it was a movie. But on Netflix, they broke it up into like 4 parts.
4 episodes.
Or 3. Oh god. I'm sorry. Hey, did you guys watch the things you're supposed to watch? What did I? Well, there you go.
I'm not a politician. I'm just honest about things.
So, when I was first assigned the product, I decided I didn't know if I wanted to see, something that was about that kind of thing, you know. And then
we should have all just watched Hubie Halloween and just called it a day.
And I have to say,
that's a good movie.
Personally, first that was a great movie. I thought it was
so good. It was so good.
I loved it.
Really good.
I'm a Minecraft guy. I play Minecraft. I have a Minecraft realm with my nieces and my daughter and a couple of our friends. I gotta say, in all honesty, I did start the movie. It felt very similar to I know it was In the Woods versus In the Cave, but it reminded me of The Descent a little bit. And the character backstory, the way the writing felt, and the pacing of the film. And I really enjoyed it to the point that I fell asleep, and then I didn't pick it back up because it finished. And I didn't know where I fell asleep at. So
yeah, I don't understand horror movies.
So the point is to get scared or grossed out.
I know, but they don't scare me. So, and then they just don't make sense.
Okay, so have you seen Event Horizon?
I have.
I don't know if it's necessarily horror as much as it's sci-fi horror, but like that's a good movie, and that makes lots of sense.
It does. It was a little creepy at the end, especially because I was much younger when I watched it. But
I mean,
yeah, they don't.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I actually think it's held up pretty well. It's 20 years old, and
like I don't even remember the last movie. I remember laughing in the theater when we were watching it because they're just like, what are you doing?
It's like the Geico commercial. Why
did
we get in the running car? Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws. Good idea.
Right. No, it is. It's like that. And I'm just like, what?
So I haven't figured out the logo. I'm thinking some of the blotchiness, like on top of the A, it almost looks like a hairball. But it also kind of looks like it could just be spray paint. So
I think that was more graffiti. I don't remember what I pointed out. Was it the barcode?
Oh, I see that.
Yep.
Is it a barcode though?
Yeah, because the setting, it's a thematic, it's a hint to the theme.
We'll play it for Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
This does look like a good game though. While I was like looking it up, trying to find the logo, I found the page on Steam. And I was like, oh, this is a good game.
I know, right?
It looks really good.
I love to hate it, but
Ryan wants to hate it, but it's probably gonna get like a 10 out of 10.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I want to hate this so badly, but I know. I think my derogatory statement was, this is for all the 80-year-old women with 50 cats to get into gaming. But I know that's not true. I know there's a lot of cat people.
And Jeremy.
I know. I'm not really a cat person, but I just think it looks interesting. It's an interesting concept that you're solving a mystery as a cat in a world full of robots with no humans.
Why are they homeless? Why is there homeless robots? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, because their jobs were made obsolete by newer robots.
I think
they got automated.
Obviously. Yeah. They got automated out of their automation.
Clearly.
I suspect that they upload all of humanity's consciousness into computers and download it into it's like leftover remnants of humanity in these robots.
Well, it reminds me of like in Star Wars, in that big thing, where they have all the robot, in like the first one where they go and there's that big traveling.
Oh, the Jawas traveling robot.
Yes, thank you. And there's all those robots inside.
Oh, man.
And they're like old. Some of the robots don't work anymore.
If there's any of our anime fans on stream, did anyone watch Decadence? Because that reminds me a little bit of that concept. That was one of the weirdest shows I've seen in quite a while. It's good though.
Decadence or Decadence?
Decadence, maybe.
Deca something.
Decadence.
Oh, that looks cool.
Dance.
Huh.
Decadence. Yeah. D-E-N.
Oh, there's a
I thought you were saying decadent. Like.
Oh no. Deca and then hyphen dents. D-E-N-C.
Excuse me.
But it has a little bit of that concept. It was a really strange show, like a bunch of different art styles and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the screenshots and stuff. It looks really interesting.
Yeah, Rushback. It was a good show. I would check it out. if you have the time.
Also, Rushback, thanks for bringing up the topic of the movies that we all didn't watch. Thanks a lot.
I at least started.
Well done.
So actually, we had
throwing us under the bus.
We had Jeremy's flat out honest denial of not doing it at all. We had Maxine's diversion tactic and me telling the truth that I fell asleep over halfway through the movie. So we kind of had a variety of responses at least.
I actually don't even remember what I was supposed to watch. So that's part of it.
I believe.
Well, there's that.
Wait, I assigned Jeremy his, didn't I? Was that me?
I think so. Yeah, right before you left abruptly, I remember.
Yeah. I don't remember.
There's an
when
abrupt...
Ryan left so abruptly, it just, I just blanked out. I just threw me off. I couldn't remember what he said.
You're like, oh my goodness, without Ryan, what will I ever do?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I was just.
And he forgot everything, just like that.
I was adrift.
Without my sailing partner, I just sailed away into nothing.
I know. Into the infinite void that is life.
So the way the stream works is Jeremy and I are codependent. We can't function without the other.
Yeah.
And when Maxine shows up, we actually have a really good stream. And so it's
That's something.
I'm so glad that our very first stream never got uploaded to YouTube, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, no, I know. What? It was a couple of them I watched. I'm like, nobody wants to see this.
it took us a few streams to find our sea legs there.
Yeah, I went through the first couple of them. I was like, nah, nobody cares about this.
This isn't serving anyone.
Yeah, I know. Our goal is to add value to the students and to the community. Those were not.
Wait, that's the goal.
That's what we're supposed to be doing on here.
Hold on a second.
But we did just add a Saturday stream. Saturday Eastern time, Sunday for Australia, Sunday morning.
Oh yeah, with Spectra, right?
Spectra doing 3D animation, yeah.
She is so amazing.
She had a lot of people show up for the first one, which is great. So thanks for the support. I think Rushback was there. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it was great with Spectra. Nice. Yeah, I had a really nice chat with her when she first joined the school. And she lives here in Toronto, just like me, although we'll probably never see each other based on the way things are going.
Toronto forever is going to be on lockdown permanently.
Oh,
I know.
Lord, it's getting bad. We were doing really, really well, and then people just started hanging out. Everyone's doing stuff. And...
I think we had like 160,000 cases in one day. I think you're fine.
Oh wow.
In Georgia?
No, in the US.
I was like, whoa, Georgia's like first in something. Here we go.
Yeah.
That's like some small state's goal to have the number one COVID cases. They'll be like, at least we're number one in something.
We got it. All right, Florida, calm down.
I know. No, it's like the middle US has got at least per capita, they're winning that race right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Like all the crazy states are like whatever. Like Florida have like the lowest death rates. It's weird. Like New York's like lockdown, everyone's dying. It's the most bizarre virus of all time.
Well, because Florida, everybody lives like really far away from each other.
Do they?
Because you have like you, and then there's like the swamp, and then there's the next person.
Have you been to Miami or Tampa?
The swamp just like eats the virus.
I was actually born in Florida, so I can talk like this.
Oh, okay.
Actually, there's a big problem with the alligators. They're actually very sick right now with the virus. They're getting it via the swamp.
In Denmark, the mink epidemic. Got it. It went to the mink, and then it went actually back into the humans after it mutated. And they actually issued an order to kill all mink in the country, and then they
all the furriers are like, yes, kill the minks,
murder the minks.
Well,
yes,
it is
finally can eliminate my nemesis, the mink.
Yeah. It is actually for the fur trade there, but yeah, there was like 1.4 million of them that they were gonna.
They killed all of them?
No, they. I guess it came out like he didn't have the prime minister. I think didn't have the authority to issue that.
I was about to be like, my conservation side was about to go nuts just then. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Well, it's to avoid like a crazy mutated COVID from coming, because it changed once it was in them. So I think they have about 200 people are infected with the new version of it.
That's always the fear, is like the mutation factor. It makes me think of the The pandemic,
X-Men.
the pandemic game.
Sorry.
You guys are X-Men. I want to get COVID and mutate to something cool, not not be weaker.
Yeah.
You don't want to,
especially those poor people that are like weaker over time too. Like people are like, yeah, I got sick 6 months ago and I'm still sick. Oh God, that terrifies me.
Yeah.
The poor soul that gets the what they call it, like not long term.
The fatigue. COVID. Yeah, it's like COVID fatigue or whatever.
Yeah, like I have a friend's mom who's basically like
long haul.
Has had a cough nonstop and I guess you still have to stay quarantined. I don't know what the rule on that is either. Like. Anyway, let's go back let's get away from the COVID nest disaster. Yeah. Let's pretend.
Talk about this beautiful machine right here.
Let's
pretend that we can go outside.
Let me get my soothing voice. Ready, guys? Here we go. Let's just let all your worries drift away. And now focus on Jeremy's monitor as we look at his PS5 that he has acquired. Now, a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Okay.
It's beautiful.
So creepy. I will say it's a large console.
It's huge.
It's big.
Is it already plugged in?
Oh yeah, I was playing Valhalla.
Oh yeah,
last
right.
night.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
I was like, show us.
But in my monitor in my office, I have like a, I don't know how big, like a 50-inch TV on one of those roller stands you can roll around, and I had to move the thing, the little, I don't know what you call it, little plate that holds your accessories. I had to move it down a couple notches to even hold the thing. Yeah, it's a large console.
Yeah, it's still smaller than the new NVIDIA graphics card. I'm just kidding. It's actually, I think I'm not kind of being.
It doesn't look bad actually though. I know a lot of people worried it'd be super ugly or something. Yeah, it's not bad.
The design's slick, man. So for those who don't know, I still don't have one.
It does stand out if everything you have is black though. Whereas the Xbox will fit in nicely with your aesthetic. But I think that was probably part of the point for them.
To be different.
Yeah, because
opposite, I guess.
Well, because probably most likely for people's multimedia centers, everything they have there is black, so it really jumps out. It's like, here's your PlayStation.
Yeah.
But the DualShock controller is nice. Haptic feedback is good. I know they talk a lot about it in their reviews.
It looks almost closer to an Xbox controller. Like it looks kind of
like
wider,
thicker,
right? Yeah.
I wish. So my love of Xbox is I love the inverted thumbsticks. I even though I grew up on the PlayStation, I don't like the thumbsticks side by side. I like them.
Oh, you like having one up higher?
I really do, and like that's my own. I wish that Sony would release one like that. They actually were going to do that with the PS4 and got so much flack over it that they decided not to do it because all the Sony fanboys were like, "Oh, following Xbox's lead."
Right.
Well, yeah, once you get used to it, like my first console, because I didn't grow up having one. Like I had a home computer that I think we talked about this on the stream once. I played like
Oregon Trail,
like learning games with my sister, pinball. But when I was in college, I had my very own console. And I got the Xbox first, and so like I got used to that one, and then I got a PS3, 3, and then like after playing Call of Duty on that for a while, then I just got used to that controller. So you'll be all right, Ryan. I think you'll get used to it eventually. It just takes time.
I have one. I mean, I have a PS4. Like, I do. I'm just saying, I wish.
You just got to work at it, you know. Oh, so you don't have to go into each game.
Yeah, I play inverted too.
So when you look up, you press down. That's what you guys like. Oh.
Yeah, reverse. Well, okay, so I will tell you now. It's same for Jeremy. We grew up on Descent, and you just can't. Your brain just can't switch it. It just you play it so much. It's just.
You can keep going.
Especially when
keep talking.
It loses halfway, right?
I know. Well, I think NVIDIA broadcast is like, I don't know, it's a little dicey. It just crashed, and that was the problem. But we're back. We're back now. Keep going.
Guess who's back?
Well, I think if you grew up using like a flight stick, or if you were using a joystick or anything, those were all inverted. And yeah, I was the Synth addict in high school and played constantly. So I just got used to that way of doing it. When I got into the consoles, I just couldn't make that switch. It drives me crazy. See, Big Globagoo is with us. Inverted is the way to do it.
Any non-inverted? Well, I guess. What would you call that? Just regular?
Yeah, I see. Big Globagoo. I'm curious if it's an age thing.
No, I think it's
I'm
a PC.
okay with that theme. Sounds good. Oh, I agree. It is an age thing. I'm just really old. Young. I'm really young.
Maxine's really young.
What are you, 22? Are you saying you're 22 years old?
Yeah, if I can pass as that. Yes. Let's say yes.
You look 15. How's that? Is that better?
A little too young.
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
You look 19.
Ambitious. Perfect.
Oh, Rushback plays inverted. He's younger. Or is it if you started on PC, then you play inverted?
Listen, anything's better than mouse and keyboard. Can we just say that? Someone's gonna get mad about that.
Yeah.
Someone always gets mad about that.
I did pre-order Cyberpunk, which comes out on the 10th, and I did order that for PC instead of my PlayStation. So we'll see how that goes.
Nice. So on PS2.
I know. It's because I have this NVIDIA card sitting here, just wasting its life on spreadsheets. So I needed to give it some love.
Every time you say that, I just am like, I just want to call.
Go to a good home.
I want to call the hardware police and be like, "Hello, yes, I'm going to report Jeremy Chin for crimes against hardware,
for crimes against NVIDIA."
They bust through the window. Give us the card.
You see how many CUDA cores are sitting there? Looking at that Google sheet.
Google Sheets do not justify this. You must give away your card or play a game.
They're just crying.
Honestly, I've had some really, big Excel sheets. You need some real computing power for some of those sheets, some of those formulas.
Listen. I have Scott Bayless, who's been on the show a couple times. He's a business partner of mine, and we put together a spreadsheet that was 37 tabs. And it would run just fine on Windows 7. So, for the record, I'm just saying.
Why would you do that?
It was a whole entire project. It was the hiring, the finances, the projections, all put together. So.
That sounds very efficient, actually. Better to have one than like a whole bunch of documents that you have to.
And it would be perfect for displaying that 249-inch LG monitor stacked on top of each other.
Hey, I agree with this. But in order for that to be the case, you have to be sitting in what?
A Herman Miller chair.
I wish we were sponsored.
I guarantee you that no one has mentioned Herman Miller on stream more than us. No one.
Nobody.
And I can say that we have sold 2 of them.
So here's what we should do, Jeremy.
By mentioning them on stream. I don't know if that justifies them sponsoring us. But.
This is the deal. We should go back through all of our videos and just clip us talking with the Herman Miller and put a reel together
in a compilation.
and send it to them and be like, you should sponsor these guys because they all want Herman Miller chairs and they always talk about it every stream. Yeah, you and I are in because we're in these things, and Jeremy's in his king luxury Miller chair.
He's like an IKEA something.
They'd be like, well, we don't need to sponsor you. You already have 2 Herman Miller chairs.
See, I'm actually looking at our stream right now, and Jeremy's on the top, then me, and then Maxine, and it's because he feels like the chair. He's ranked us based on chair superiority, and so he's at the top. And
that is true.
Terrible.
Gaming chair.
That is true.
Terrible, but it's so true.
It's chair quality and video card processing power.
No.
So, folks, we've got to support Maxine. We got to help her out here.
What do I have? Oh, well, guess what new piece of hardware I have purchased recently? It's this humidifier.
Ooh.
Talking about keeping things humid.
I don't
There's a bunch of other words I could have said that would not be appropriate.
That was a good save. That was a good save.
Humid. It's dry, you know. We got a lot of
nosebleeds. You got to fix those nosebleeds.
I know.
Prevent them from happening to begin with is the goal.
Oh, I did want to
ask a lot of forced
the
air
people
heating,
on our stream if anyone had tried the LG Ergo monitor. Because I was looking at them, and they look like they might be a nice balance. They're much cheaper. Have you seen those, Ryan?
What does it look
like? Yeah.
It has a built-in arm.
Oh, I feel like I heard a student talking about.
Yeah, so they have a couple different sizes. I was looking at the. Oh, hey, this is on sale.
How much of a sale is it?
It's $60 off.
Okay, that's like 10%, right?
Yeah, there's a 32-inch UHD, 3840 by 2160, and it has a built-in arm. It's a 95%. P3, which is not bad for that price.
So actually, I do want to point out, I was looking on Newegg, and they actually have a MSI gaming laptop that has $100 off, but they also have an additional $100 off for students. So instead of $14.99, it's $12.99.
That's a great deal. What laptop is it?
It actually is.
Hear it here in the stream. Yeah.
It's got an RTX 2070 in it.
Oh, nice. Rushback, we were going to do something with the channel points originally when we were only on Twitch, but we decided to fan out, and now we're on YouTube and stuff as well. So there's not as much to do with them. And the thing that we were going to do with them, which would be to give away, like, have you purchase real reviews or extra sessions or things like that. We're actually doing for free for everyone now. So
yeah, we don't play games. We hook up everybody on CT Spectrum.
That's right. And I can announce this isn't going to be like a big launch or anything, but we're making a big effort across the board to bring more gaming into all the courses and stuff. So we are going to be launching a lot more open sessions dealing with Unreal. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
That'll be awesome.
We have for those of you that are current students, our open channels that you probably know about. We now have an Unreal development open channel. The open sessions are going to start getting run on that. And then we now also have we no longer have our rigging short course, so that channel has been renamed to Real-Time 3D. So that will be for any gaming or real-time related questions, because not all of our mentors are from the gaming industry. Obviously, we have many film related people. So if you're interested in games and you're with a film mentor, then this will be the place for you to get that gaming help.
Although, this is a good segue for us to talk about Epic and SideFX, right?
Yeah.
Because gaming and film is becoming more and more integrated. And we talked about a few months back, the Unreal 5 coming. That Epic's making a big push into directly into film, right? With the engine. And I was saying that they already NFL Network for the Red Zone, their entire studio is actually all graphic interface through the Unreal Engine. So there's a lot of stuff happening.
Fox News for the election was all Unreal.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I think Ryan froze.
Yeah, I cannot hear him anymore. It always freezes on such a good frame.
I know. At first I thought, he's just sitting really still.
Yeah. I thought he was just letting us speak.
I know.
No.
So what'll probably happen is he'll exit and then come back in, and it'll screw up all the cameras, but we'll get it back in shortly.
He's just surprised about Fox News. He's like, what?
He's like, I can't
Fox,
process that. No, but they did. Yeah, so whether you are into Fox News or not, that's neither here nor there. We're not getting into that. But the graphics package on Fox News they did was completely in Unreal. And one of our mentors, actually, his company worked on it. So provided a lot of the assets for it, which is cool.
Oh, that's wicked. I know that the Epic and Unreal hosted a big like virtual production webinar series, or I guess like events with a bunch of different webinars, and you can watch all of them back now. The event's done, but I'll link it here.
Oh, his internet went down.
Students were talking about it. Oh, that sucks.
It might be a bit.
But yeah,
you can't post the link. If you want to send it to me, I can post it.
Sorry about that. It doesn't tell me that I can't, so I just assume
it
that
just
I can.
blocks it out. All right.
I'm trying to give myself a couple days, 1 or 2 of these streams after work, and I check it out when I can because there's quite a few of them to check out, and all about different ways that they're using Unreal in virtual production for different projects, games and film.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big one for that is
quite a big crossover now.
Mandalorian, obviously. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Coming shortly. But what's interesting to me is I feel like, and this is all hearsay, so please don't take this as this is just conjecture on my part. But it feels like Epic is buying into all the software they need to make a pipeline. Because it's like now they're into Sony, now they're into SideFX, which is really going after they're trying to go after Autodesk market share with like get into animation and all of that stuff. And then into Blender, which would be your front end, which would be basic rigging and stuff, and modeling, texturing, which would tie in really well. So in theory, they've put together a whole pipeline that they're invested in.
Did they already invest in Blender?
Yeah, they invested in Blender.
I didn't realize this.
Along with Ubisoft. And this isn't any kind of like secret thing. I think it's been an open rumor for a number of years now that Maya and 3D Max are extremely low as far as the profit that they provide Autodesk. So there's all these like conjecture going around that how long will they keep these around, right? Because they make most of their money off of AutoCAD and the engineering industry, production design industry, things like that. So if only back when I had first heard of this, it was like 10% or maybe 5%, but I've heard recently it's down to like 1% of their total revenue to run that side of it. So if it really is getting that low, I could see a big change there coming, which might make sense if Epic is kind of hedging against that happening, because this way they would have their kind of hands in things that would create an entire pipeline all the way through, and they can back them if they need to. Plus they could tie it into Unreal much better, like Houdini with the effects engine. I'm sure Houdini engine, I'm sure that'll just get better and better now that they've invested too. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes. One of the questions that a lot of students ask is, what other skills should I learn? Or, maybe I do this and I think I want to try one other software to really make an edge or give myself an edge in the industry. And something we talked about in the webinar we did last week for the students with the rookies is how things are constantly evolving. Like what you're learning now could be very different than what you're actually using, 5 years from now in the workplace. But it's all about learning as much as you.
It's so creepy.
That's a great photo.
I know that is a great photo.
Hey guys,
he's back.
Psycho killer.
I'm on my phone. I have my internet's down, and according to AT&T, it's gonna be down between 15 minutes to 2.5 hours. So
nice window, nice working window.
I know, that's good. That's why I have invested in backup internet.
Wait, you have backup internet?
Smart.
I have backup internet. Yeah.
Well, I have to say,
because my AT&T went down for a week, like a couple weeks ago, so I had to switch over.
Okay, so Jeremy, do you remember this happened to me? Was it early this year or end of last year?
Yeah.
I had no internet on my entire street for like 10 days because we only had Comcast.
I know. So now I have both because they're both unreliable. So I have I have Xfinity and AT&T, and I have 2 routers sitting there, and I have a network cable just going into my hub. So when one goes down, I just switch it over to the other one, and then call the tech support and wait a week. But
so, actually, I've heard of people doing that. One of my colleagues, when we all moved to work from home, his partner worked at like Shopify or some other like big, tech kind of company, and they're working at home as well, and they had like internet connectivity issues and stuff, and he was like, yeah, we ended up just buying 2 internet packages, so we're both on 2 separate lines at all time throughout the week, and if one goes down, then we can both switch to one, but generally day to day we're each on our own internet line. I was like, that's crazy. But you got to do what you got to do if you want to kind of maintain certain speeds and quality when you're working from home.
Yeah. Well, I have gig fiber for the main one, and then I have 100 megabit cable for backup.
I gotta say, I've been pretty happy, honestly. I think I've only had 2. I had one guy cut my line, which isn't really necessarily the cable people's fault.
Well, AT&T wasn't
necessarily
either. So they had a big storm here, and my neighbor's TV went down. So she had AT&T come out and hook her back up. So in the process, at the corner of the street, they took my line, unconnected it, and connected it into hers.
Nice.
And it was down for a week. So,
oh my god.
I didn't realize Jimmy didn't tell me this because I had mine down for that period of time too. And I mean, when you're working from home and you don't have internet access, it's pretty problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and my wife needs it sometimes, sucks. And yeah, it's very important that it's working all the time. So at all times we have, well, unless both of them go down, but then what are you gonna do?
Vacation.
Yeah.
Vacation. Yeah.
Unscheduled.
I know.
Why'd you go on vacation? Because my internet was broken. Had to go rent a hotel.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I guess you could go to a hotel and just use their internet.
Yeah, you could.
Take your whole setup. I've been seeing a lot of hotels and these like kind of resorts now marketing to people working from home and like working remotely. So like there's this new hotel like company, and it's all about these like co-working spaces and staying there for at least a month because they're anticipating that you might need to quarantine on like either end of your trip or that like you just don't want to go for a week. You want like a full amount of time to work.
We have a coffee shop down the street. You can now order offices by the hour up to a month. You can have a private office. So I guess that would be an option if my internet went down. I could go over there and rent an office and included is a free cup of coffee per day.
Only one? Not unlimited?
Only one, apparently. Yeah.
Oh my god. There's like a couple of co-work spaces near my house. Yeah, one of them is unlimited coffee. So
well, this isn't a co-working space. It is a coffee shop.
Oh, it's a coffee shop first. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we moved in when I was at Forthright, we had our offices in downtown Knoxville, in downtown in the First Tennessee building, and they had this like company came in and they basically sold their company to the Regis Group, I guess it was called.
Yeah.
And so it was like a co-working space, and then Regis took it over, and they didn't increase my rent at all. But then I had to pay for all the copying, all the coffee. I had to pay like everything you can imagine. It was like getting like nickel and dimed or like free to play game to death. It was like
they like start dropping loot boxes outside your office.
You want coffee or not? Fight for it.
The door's locked. You have to unlock it for $2.
Toilet paper, that's a frill.
Yeah, we have one here called Industrious, and then that, they give you all free food and everything. It's really nice.
Yeah, this did not have free food. It's funny because basically when they sold, the original ownership group was like, oh no, their rent's not going to increase at all. They did not lie. They were 100% correct.
Yeah. It's the price of everything else.
So your mail was being received there, which obviously our mail was being received there. We had a $15 a month mail fee.
Wow.
I was like, so it costs you $15 a month to collect my mail and put it in this box that says Forthright? Yep.
Yes, it does.
I was like, what? What in the world?
Yeah, that's rough.
Did you see like a significant, like how much was that month? Like, was it a crazy amount monthly that you found that you guys are paying for all of the like frills, like all of the extra services?
We were paying. We had a copy package with the original place where we could print out the copier machine, all that stuff, and it went from being a copy package to 25 cents per page.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would add up quick.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Like they actually put together, instead of having the free coffee, we then had to pay. There was 3 tiers of coffee packages depending on the employees. So they had
very complicated.
Huh?
It's getting very complicated.
No, it got crazy, and then we had to pay for the trash pickup in our office. It was just bizarre. It was like,
I think at that point I'd almost just rather have you raise the rent and include all that again.
Because like I can't really.
Yeah, so it's easier,
right? Like I mean,
right.
So,
but anyway, now that you're back,
yeah,
SideFX and Houdini. We're talking about the unsubstantiated theory of mine that they're buying into all the software companies they would need to put a full pipeline together. Should anything go down with Autodesk, knowing that Maya and Max makes up
Autodesk is done with Maya, right?
Yeah, they made the kind of rumor that it makes up such a small slice of their revenue that something may go down there, whether that's a sell-off or they just shutter it. But I mean, there would be a huge outcry if they did that, I think. But
I don't see why you wouldn't sell it off. Someone would buy it.
Yeah, I would think somebody would buy
like
it.
This is one of those situations where like it's like I had a industry guy that I know that used to run Activision Minnesota office. They did all like the small Activision releases, right? And he was pulling down $50 million a year in profit. Okay, up in profit a year. And Activision came in and closed and said it's just not. It's, you know, we need $1 billion projects. So even though they're making $50 million a year, it wasn't worth it to them to keep it open. This is kind of like that. Like Autodesk is like, Maya, yeah, you know, it's a small part of our revenue. Someone will be like, yo, that's a lot of revenue. We'll take it. You know?
Yeah.
And I think I think from a brand damage perspective,
no.
You'd be the guys that just killed an entire. I mean, I just can't imagine they would do that. But I mean, dumber things have happened.
Yep.
It would be really interesting for a Blender to like take that opportunity to take over the market.
But Blender's free anyways.
Well, I know, but to become industry standard and, to probably release new features that would be paid or something, like, gotta make money somehow, right?
They have some serious issues. I feel like Maya does a much better job with user interface and user experience than Blender. But if they stop supporting it over like the next, 5 years, 10 years, then if they increase the amount of people that's working on it, and if all it takes is a couple more studios to adopt it as their main like software package, then a couple more each year.
They would need a big studio to adopt it, because like a couple of the small animation studios in Canada have worked on it, and a few of the other ones like allow it to be used, but nobody has it as like their back pipeline like any of the big houses. I don't
have internet access, so I can't do all my usual searching and perusing.
I looked it up. So Autodesk in 2016 pulled in 2.5 billion, and then the next year it actually dropped to 2 billion, but now it's back up to 2.6 billion.
I'm crunching the numbers,
but I have no idea
how much Maya is of that.
Yeah, where Maya sits in that. And it's not like it's just Maya, right? They have a few different packages.
Yeah, they have.
It'd be that whole creative suite. So it'd be like Mudbox, Maya, 3D Max, like Motion Builder, a few of those other ones.
Well, I mean, so this is a question though too. Is part of this is about creating what Microsoft's vision is, right? Like we want to be the pipeline, to bring people into our entire platform experience, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Maya would have to be really not doing well for them to just can it.
Well, and what's so frustrating is if they did do that, it's like, why did they buy all these companies in the first place?
Well, but
like they bought all these companies that had really great software, like Softimage and stuff, and then they shut them all down. And then just to shut the whole thing down, like you could just left them alone.
Well, they got a new CEO though, right? Like a few years back.
Oh, maybe. I mean, that would always.
Well, the reason I say that is
change the way that they're going about it.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, I know that Ryan was a CEO, but now that Jeremy's here, Jeremy plans to do it this way. It's like you're not responsible for what the previous group did. It's kind of like being a coach. I don't know. So, can you look it up, Jeremy? When they had because I thought that they had a CEO change around or after that time.
Danny is saying he thought Zuckerberg was going to purchase Maya. I heard anything about that. Where did you hear that, Danny? You're
what?
Muted, Ryan. Oh.
What'd you say?
Danny was saying he thought Zuckerberg was going to purchase Maya. Is that
that makes no sense to me.
Is that like an Oculus project, maybe? I guess if they just have so much money that whatever.
They're like, we'll buy it.
We need Maya for our Oculus project. Just buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't have to deal with the licenses anymore. Just buy it. Buy the whole company.
To be that rich, you're like, yeah, we'll just.
It's the rich version of a premium license.
I know. They could be
buy the company.
The licensing is too much of a hassle now. So it's just.
Because what's less of a hassle is managing those licenses for everybody else.
That's true.
Yeah, and the customer support and everything.
You were right. 2017, the CA change.
Okay. So when did they acquire 3D Studio Max?
Oh man, all these questions.
I can't research. I'm sorry. Hey,
I could, but I'm just sitting here.
I'm going to be. We're racing to the deadline on my phone's battery life. It's at 18%. I think we can make it into the stream.
Plug it in.
It's in the other room, and that's downstairs. So. I didn't know I needed to be on my. I will know next time. I'll have a charger in here just in case.
A backup.
I know.
Listen, I don't have a backup set up over here. I guess actually no, I do have my phone.
I was waiting.
81%. We're good.
I don't know when did they.
I like listening to someone Googling something.
Well, you can keep talking. You don't have to.
I know I could. I just didn't know what to say.
This.
Here, I'll share a little something.
I like your lighting setup now, Ryan.
Since I'm mobile, thanks. Yeah, I got the little the cubes which we bought on stream. We got our
that's very cool.
But this guy right here, let's talk about this guy here. This is I'm modding my arcade unit. I'm in the middle of modding it right now.
Oh, sweet.
So I got all my little new connections.
They've had 3D Max for a long time. So they purchased it the second release update of 3D Studio Max.
Okay.
So that would have been in like the 90s.
So basically this guy can choose to do whatever he wants because it's like he's newer though, right?
Yeah. And then Maya was bought in 2005. That would have been like 7 years after that. Something.
I remember vaguely that the guy that replaced the previous CEO had been at the company like for a long time. I remember reading that.
And then they bought Softimage in 2008.
When they get Mudbox.
That's when they were going through all their acquisition stuff. Mudbox was 2007.
Yeah.
That was when they bought Sky Matter. So whoever the CEO was then, he would do all the acquisitions.
That was fast, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it too depends so much on how these businesses are doing now during the pandemic. Like obviously the software company seems like one that would not be affected by it very much, but you never know. It's like a lot of like these smaller factors, they might have lost like tons of money in one area, and they're like, okay, what do we got to cut? And maybe that's Maya. But so many companies are dealing with
I can't
just such a different state of what they're expecting this year. You know, there's been so many mergers in the VFX industry. You know, maybe that's affecting how many licenses are being like used or purchased. Like, who knows? It could be this like trickle down effect.
Well, so where are, I mean, I've heard this rumor too, but where is it coming from? Like, where is there any, like, is it a substantiated source that has been proven correct in the past? Is it just...
We've heard it from some sources inside of Autodesk, but I don't know how far up they are, or if that's just something floating around. People are nervous. I don't know, because I've heard this one for a couple of years now. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, but sometimes when it's then that means there's at least a case for why they would, right? Like if they've been mulling it over, it won't be a sudden decision.
I can't remember where I found it, but I thought it was only like 5% of their revenue, and recently I heard it's down to like 1% of their revenue. So I don't have documentation to back this up, so please take that at face value. But yeah, if it's 1% of your revenue coming in, I mean, I could see like the development costs and the marketing costs and everything that are going into that. But that's such a small slice when you could take all those developers and pour them back
customer
into
service or something,
AutoCAD.
I mean, if it's 1%, so it's $26 million. That's not. I mean, someone could take that over and be worth their time, right?
Yeah, or 10% even would be
260.
Yeah, I mean that'd be all right.
It might be one of those that where it's like just one of those more trouble than it's worth sort of thing. It's like not just the dollar value.
Yeah, the dynamics of an inside of how much it actually takes to run it too, right? Like,
yeah, I think there's a lot of customer service like support for a program like that, and because it does so much, it's not just modeling. Like there's so many things that could go wrong. I mean, like we have so many funny jokes and memes in the class channels about Maya crashing. So imagine being at Maya dealing with all of that and trying to give people help and answers, and like that's a lot of work for like people, to hundreds of people, maybe, I don't know,
well,
like
they're missing their revenue targets since they've moved to the cloud as well.
Well, and I wonder too, like if you look at Unreal Engine and Unity and things that start creating animation tools within their software, right?
Yeah,
like
that's the other thing. Just for an ease of use. I mean, it's such a hassle to get everything from Maya into Unreal.
Yeah.
And I know Simon's talked about this on his streams. So having, obviously right now you have to animate in sequencer, which is pretty rough. So hopefully they continue to develop that. But yeah, having that transition in there would be quite nice, I'm sure, for a lot of people. But the thing is, like, Houdini animates well. Like, you can rig and animate everything. I mean, we had our stream, I'm blanking on his name, that was on here creating the game completely in Houdini, and he did all the animations and assets.
Oh, Jeff, or Keeble, right?
You're a name guy.
The Lucian guy.
Yeah, Lucian.
Chris. Was it Chris? Chris Keebles.
I don't know. I'm awful with names, so I apologize if you're watching. But
it's Chris. I'm positive it's Chris.
So the work was great, and yeah, that was all in Houdini. So I think if you had Blender to build your regular assets with, and it's getting better and better, and they have pretty nice tool sets for Blender now for modeling. And then you ported it into Houdini for rigging an animation sim. And then you also have all the procedural tools in there for environment creation, along with the procedural stuff in Unreal. I mean, it's a pretty nice package you can put together, I think. So, yeah, Marcus Rushback. So, anyway, that's my theory. So we'll see. It could just be interesting to watch, making investments in.
So how much did Epic put into SideFX?
I don't know if they released that.
Yeah, it's not on their website at least, but If they're public, don't they have to like release the financial report?
They are not. Epic is not public.
There you go.
They can be like,
we'll never know.
Yep.
I want to buy into companies for $1 and just make announcements and be like, oh,
yeah,
purchase.
It just says they're now a minority investor. They're strong partners, a passionate industry that aligns closely with ours. They're saying that it won't affect the SideFX roadmap. They already had a bunch of this on plan anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think they announced what the investment was. But I know Epic is definitely, or not Epic, sorry, SideFX really is going after Autodesk market share, especially because I think Autodesk, because Maya and Max, there's such a low portion of their profits, don't put a lot of time into the innovation of them. So very just incremental, small changes, basically to keep them floating. Whereas SideFX is making huge leaps with their software every version. I mean, 18.5 came out with tons of stuff.
Oh yeah.
So, and then I think because Ubisoft and Epic have now invested, I think, a few million between them into Blender. So a lot of stuff is getting added into that pretty quickly as well.
It's interesting to see the business cases. Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall. Like when you look at marketing versus advertising, right? Like they are similar but different, right? You have branding and advertising. They both fall into marketing. You're not necessarily going to monetize off branding directly, but you need to be branding. And it's kind of that same case study around, okay, we're going to invest in a free product. Well, what's the benefit of investing in that free product? Finding pipelines into your core product, right? Like, but I would always love to know more of the details behind some of the actual strategies. Like we can conjure and guess and try to make educated guesses, but
they're probably still going to surprise us with something. You know what I mean? Like a year from now or 2 years from now, or like, I wonder what their long-term goals are, like what they hope to achieve with this partnership in the long term. Cause like the short-term stuff is.
But if Epic is looking to empower creative people to get in to basically into the engine, like this is a way to do it, right? You make this awesome tool set with Blender that's free that anyone can use to bring things into Unreal and make characters and stuff.
Yeah, they're making it more user friendly for everyone that's
then
wants to
Epic
do something
is free.
in the industry.
Like they're making this whole thing is just, it's free to get in.
And Epic has the luxury of they have so much cash that they can look at 5-year, 10-year, 15-year strategies where companies that are not that much cash loaded, they don't have that luxury, right? It's like, well, this has got to be profitable in 18 or 24 months. And Epic's like, hey, whatever. Our goal is to be dominating by 2036, like, so.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to know, like, because some of these companies at what point is like, I want to dominate in the next, 20 years, or it's just, we want to make this ecosystem, or we want the world to be like this. So they're making moves towards that. And I don't know the Epic's business model. I mean, I'm sure they're all there to make money as well. But as a private company, I think they can do some of that, like longer term. Like, we want the world to look like this for gamers in 15 years. And it doesn't have to be this quarterly thing that a lot of the public companies have to stick with.
Yeah. No, and I think that's one of the, obviously one of the benefits. The other thing too is sometimes there is a philanthropy element to some organizations, especially privately. If there's a private leadership that says, we want there to be some internal goal that we want to have, 5 million new, people in digital media working in digital media in, South America and North America in the next 10 years. Like there are other elements that aren't just revenue driven.
Well, actually, and Blender
it's a more accessible product, right?
Blender is a non-profit public benefit corporation, so
correct.
It's probably a tax write-off to donate to them as well.
There's also that benefit too, right?
Interesting. But yeah, I feel like there's, it's like philanthropy, but also we're getting something out of it, right? Like just like this tax benefit, like getting more people in other parts of the world being able to use this product because it is free, because it's accessible, means that now you have this huge workforce in areas of the world that, you know, it might be too expensive for the average person to buy a software license or package like Maya. They can access this and they can do it all for free, and they can get really good at it. And now you have all of these people in cheaper labor markets that
well, in
are
long
using
term,
your
this
product
benefits
really, really
Epic,
well.
right? Because
Yeah.
more people that can get in there across the world, and if they don't charge for these studios until they're making over $1 million now, anyway, the more of those you have like these more studios across the world putting out really big projects that are making lots of money on your platform, and that's where they would eventually make more money too. So.
Well, Autodesk, you know, got really this whole movement in the last 3 years to subscription-based modeling, right? The last 3 to 5 years. I mean, I remember when I wanted to get a Photoshop license, you know, 10 years ago, you're paying a huge chunk of money for that license, right? Like, if you're a kid right out of college, that's not an affordable thing a lot of times, right?
I remember even the student license for like the whole suite was expensive. I got the whole thing on sale as a student, and it was like almost $1,000.
Yeah, and now it's like you can get it for like everything for like $50 a month, right? I mean, you know, like
well, for student it's $20.
Yeah. So all that to say is that, you know, there are obviously some movements, like the idea when they started giving educational licenses, that was brilliant, right? Okay, well, here, learn this for free, and guess what you're going to do when you get this job? You're going to want to be doing this. You know, you already know the software, right? Like, that's a smart play.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maya does have the indie version. Yeah, I agree with you, Danny. I have two Dannys. Danny Morales. Unless you're the same Danny on different platforms.
Danny 3D.
I can't see Maya getting killed off either. I mean, somebody would buy it, I would think. There's too many studios that are dependent on it. I would guess, honestly, that one of the studios would buy it if they were going to kill it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like, why not? Like, you look at the cost equation. Sorry, I'm trying to get my internet's back up. It's almost a no-brainer, especially if they're going to be fire selling it, right? I mean, like, right. if you're going to be understanding, oh, well, we are, you know, going to be closing this out. Well, we'll offer you $5 million for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I wonder if, like, what if a company like, let's say Disney, buys it and they're like, we're the only ones that are allowed to use it. I doubt that they would ever do that, but imagine if they did. Like, if they're like, we control it now.
But I think Disney's actually one of the ones that's been moving away from it. So
like,
Disney, Pixar, that whole system, like, they're developing all their own stuff, which totally makes sense because they have a bunch of huge studios using it. I think the ones that would be tied up would be Sony. They're really tied up into Autodesk, so they could have a hard time with it. I don't know if they have any proprietary stuff as far as that goes, but I think a couple of those mid-level companies would have a hard time, and then obviously all the small places would be. And it's not so much that, like, oh, our guys model in Maya and they can't switch to Blender. Like, that stuff is actually pretty trivial. It's your animation pipeline backbone and all of your tools, and that's really the big issue.
Mm-hmm.
The core concepts of animation are the same in any software, right? Like,
it's like all your rigging tools, your simulation stuff, all your, you know, and plus Autodesk also has Shotgun, which is I guess probably the leading shot tracking software as well. So, like, what happens with that? Would they shut that down too? Which means, like, you're basically, a lot of these mid-tier studios, your whole production pipeline just disappears.
I actually think that could actually bankrupt some studios, honestly, because you can't pivot fast enough.
Yeah, I don't think they could. Especially with the whole pipeline being built around this stuff. I mean, because there are other options for all of this, but it just takes a lot of time to really put it together in a nice way to do a feature film, for instance.
Yeah, especially if you have stuff in progress already. It's like, do we switch it over now? Do we wait till this project's done and get the other one on?
But that would be worst case scenario. Where they're just like, we're closing it down tomorrow. Like, we're just turning the servers off and then no one can use it.
Imagine. You know? That would really be like, you know, trying to get back at someone. That'd be a nasty thing to do. Yeah, I doubt that would happen. I don't think they're going to get killed off either. There might be something
in the terms of service. I haven't read their huge contracts, but
right. I just think, honestly, I think this is more fear than. There's no way you're closing a profitable business unit. You're going to sell it off or do something with it.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Or transition it to an existing product, right? Like, I just can't see them. I don't know. I mean, I know that Mudbox has been picking up a lot of traction in the last few years, right? So, like, they have other softwares that are increasing internally, so I can see them wanting to canvas or go away from it, but I can't see them just closing it. I cannot imagine that.
It would be interesting if they were fire selling it, like the Foundry bought it, or if SideFX bought it, and we're like, all right, yep, here it is. You got 5 years. We'll keep it functional. And then
we
port all the nice tools over into Houdini. And
well, that's what if anything, like if it does die, I see it happening like that, where it's like a slow burn, and some people that are still using it, like continue using it even though there's no support. It's like those people that still use like Final Cut Pro, even though like there was like nobody upgrade it forever, and there's like all these new versions that people are like, but like no, I have to use this old one.
Well, there is an interesting scenario here, which is what if they just make it free, like go Blender route and just say, all right, community, there you go. We're not supporting it anymore. It can be community led, but we're done. It's free for anyone who wants to use it. That would be interesting, actually, either, because then you're building. You're still within your brand, right? You're still in the Autodesk brand, and then you also have, you feel pretty good about the product if they give you a free product that you've been used to using. I don't know.
That would be a pretty big game changer, actually.
But would you support it still? Because that's where their expense comes from.
Well, maybe. I mean, I don't actually know where their expense comes from.
Support, marketing it. They have all the internal people doing. I know because I have a lot of friends that work there doing that kind of stuff, working at Shotgun, I mean, they do webinars and all that stuff, and so they have a lot of product managers that run the different parts of it.
But is there a way for them to offer it for free that benefits them in other areas, you think?
Yeah, I don't know, because it's just a different industry. Like their money making arm is a different industry than visual effects. There's not really a big crossover, because our industry is not using AutoCAD. Like some modelers and stuff now, especially hard service guys, are getting into using Fusion and stuff like that more.
Fusion's really picking up.
But you're not using AutoCAD, right? That's like a whole different jump to architecture, industrial design stuff. So
I actually we had AutoCAD in high school in the 90s, and at the time, our community college here, I got offered a scholarship to go because I was one of like the top AutoCAD guys in high school, and they're like, "Oh, please, free school." I'm like, "Oh, AutoCAD." Talking about like.
Yeah, no, I worked for an engineering firm right out of high school as well, and they used AutoCAD stuff, and then oddly Lightwave for all their visualizations, which I didn't understand. So, but yeah, it's very popular, and that's where I think the majority of their money comes from. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could just be nothing. They're just gonna keep it rolling.
We could have this conversation 4 years from now. They're gonna close out one.
I know. Did you hear that they're finally gonna?
It's like the Princess Bride. Good night, sleep well, Wesley. I'll most likely kill you in the morning. That's the Autodesk Maya relationship.
But I think in the meantime, where all these rumors are flying around, I think SideFX is definitely making their slow path to innovate and try to take more market share away when they can.
Yeah.
Rushback's fluent in AutoCAD.
Nice.
AutoCAR as well.
I don't know what AutoCAR is. Did someone mistype something?
It just makes. Oh yeah, Rushback just accidentally typed in AutoCAR.
The tone implied that when I heard
it just builds your car for you. That would be nice.
AutoCAR, where we make your car on the spot.
Oh, he's on his phone. Nice.
Yes, I'm on my phone. Is that?
Oh no, Rushback is also on his phone.
Oh, got you. I'm at 7%. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna cross the finish line together, folks?
In 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
Don't you have a charger?
It's all the way downstairs. Sophie was using
a whole other space time.
I know. You don't just have like chargers littered around your house.
No, I don't actually.
Oh, that's a shame.
I used to, and so this is a tangent story. But allow me to indulge you, or indulge myself, I suppose. When we left to move the old house, I had bins of just old cables and old wires. And my wife was like, "You see this? This is not going with us." And she went to each room of the house where I had a charge in every room, and she's like, "See this? It's not going with us. You see this? It's not going with us." So she put all this stuff in like this 2 giant bins, and I did the right thing and threw them away. It was getting too hoarders like. It was kind of weird. I had like cables from 1993. So I might need this someday.
Yeah, that's a bit much. No, we do have chargers in every room though.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Now, actually, our sectional has a charging cable. I should bring one up here and put on that, but I haven't done that yet. So.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You got a smart couch.
I do have a smart couch.
Not just a smart TV, a smart couch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it do anything else aside from charge stuff?
Yeah, you can recline it, do like all the different recline levels.
It does couch stuff.
It does couch stuff. You can relax.
It actually moves and takes you down the stairs, and it'll get the drink for you and bring you back.
Oh my god, it's like one of those infomercials for the seat on the staircase. What were those called again?
Yeah, the I don't know talk about.
Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah, install those in the wall. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like if that's your point in life, you need to sell that house and get the 1 floor. Like if you can't go upstairs anymore, you should just
time to switch to the ranch style.
Yeah,
I had a client actually like a year ago, and she was like pretty well off, and like she was a regular client. She had like different projects on the go, not just one. And I remember I was talking to her one day, and she was like, "Oh, I have to get this surgery, and like I just got this quote to get one of those chair things for the stairs installed in my house because she's getting a hip replaced or something." And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like in the infomercial, she's like, "Yeah, I might just keep it long term." But she's like, "No, the cool thing is they can come and like remove it too. Like the same people that install it can like come back and just like get rid of it. Like it never happened."
Like a short-term rental. Never knew we were in there.
Something that Maxine needs: autocorrect or the chair on the stairs, Rushback. I just saw that you said that I needed something.
Maxine, in my mind, just now, I pictured you like, moved around the camera. Just in the background, you go across the room, come back, and just.
Man, Blender has been in development for 25 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Blender was started in 1995.
Oh, Blender's been around for I thought it was longer than that actually.
They're in the long game.
Well, this
I need the smart couch.
This is after the rewrite
couch
started. So the studio that used the first iteration of what it was in 1988.
I have a smart couch already. Look at this. Here she is.
Oh, she's like so.
I know, she's like, "When are you done with the stream and taking me outside?"
Maxine, I gotta go.
That's my smart couch.
I know. Stop talking.
My smart girl on the couch.
Come play with me.
Yeah. She always looks depressed.
Yeah.
That's my dog.
They call it puppy eyes for a reason, right?
Resting sad face.
Resting sad face.
Yeah. Because she's already a bitch. She's, female dog.
Yeah.
Can I say that? I can't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought it was okay because it was the technical term.
It is technical term. Technically, we're right. So we're not being derogatory.
I'm so sorry.
It is a
Never
technical
again.
term.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
We're gonna just skim through that one.
We'll edit it out.
So I don't really. I think SideFX are they a private company as well? They must be.
I'm almost positive they are.
Yeah, Kim Davidson remains the majority owner. So yeah. Yeah, it's something's happening there. I'll be curious to see where all this leads. Because I mean, Epic is not investing in these places for the money.
Yeah.
I mean, the same way like Sony didn't invest in Epic for the money, right?
No, that's totally partnership.
They're partnering with something. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where all that goes. Rushback. Wasn't it like 4 a.m. there at Rushback? I mean,
he said he was tired first thing we got on the stream today, right? He was like,
I know.
Yeah, I'm done.
He says I'm putting him to sleep, but
well, I think that's a good thing because we all need some rest.
Rest. I'm feeling it.
5. Oh no.
I'd like to just say that I have survived the stream with the flu. I'm holding up okay.
I know. I had a little something as well, which is giving me this nice throaty deep voice for the stream tonight. What are you waking up? Are you still up, Rushback, or are you waking up for a new day? Because I know some people that do that like 4 a.m. thing. You know, you get up at 4 a.m. every day.
He doesn't sleep.
Get productive in the morning. And
I think when he says sleep is for the week, he's probably not sleeping.
Probably.
Probably not doing the early wake up. I woke up at 2 p.m.
He woke up at 2 p.m. So this is really his like.
So Rushback must be between 18 and 25, and your body can still do that.
Yeah.
Remember our stream last week about taking care of yourself? This ties into that, Rushback.
Yeah, he did not take any tips from last week.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're sleeping in,
sleep is not for the weak. Sleep is for the lucid and coherent. And healthy.
That's for the wicked.
I mean,
money don't
if
grow
he's
on
still
trees,
sleeping till 2 p.m., that's like a decent amount of sleep, I guess, right? How long is that?
I have to just ask, how awful is this angle? I'm gonna watch this video. I'm like, oh dear lord,
It's bad.
It's bad.
No, it's just it's all beard. No, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's all beard.
Here's the jawline.
Whoa. Didn't see that one coming.
You mean your jaw doesn't extend all the way down into your...
Imagine like reverse cone heads. Chin heads.
So I started October.
Sleep is for the week, but you're sleeping 12 hours.
Yeah, wait, sleep. Dude.
What does that say?
Jeremy, when is the last time you slept for 12 hours?
I don't know if I've ever slept for 12 hours that I can recall.
When I was in a coma in the car wreck, I don't know.
Like I actually feel worse sleeping that long.
Yeah, my
that's
body,
like oversleep for me.
Yeah.
If I get more than 6 or 7, it's like, I hate you. I hate you.
Oh no, I like a good 7 to 8. I feel pretty good. After that,
I do a consistent like 8 to 9.
Goodness, I wish. I
sleep well. I
get broken up 6 to 7 hours a night with between, like last night Asher was up 15 times. So I was up 15 times last night.
Oh,
so
no.
Why?
He's teething. So
ours is too. Yeah, Advil's.
Way to rub it in, Jeremy.
You know, Jeremy, I'm beginning to feel like there's some passive aggressive statements. I got a PS5. What did you get? Nothing.
Yeah, my baby sleeps.
You did buy a new house though.
I did buy a new house. That is true. That is true.
I did buy a new house. Yeah. I'm
no longer in the garage. Our old house, which I refused to move out of for so long, and my wife was like begging us to move. And then Asher came along, and I lost my office, and I was like, okay, now I have to move.
So, Rushback, you've slept 25 hours straight? Is that without waking up, or is that just like having a lazy day?
That's impressive.
I stayed awake for 74 hours one time.
Yeah, I have not. 36, I think, is the longest I've done.
I will tell you that, like, I started. It started hitting like the delusional state around like 70 hours. I was like starting to see things, and I knew I was seeing things. I was like,
yeah.
Is it like 4 days or 5 days? And you start like actually changing. It starts to change the structure of your brain.
I think it's 5. Yeah,
I believe it. Even after like a full 24 hours staying awake, you don't feel sane. You feel like a completely different person.
Since I had my car wreck, my speech has like, I actually have a hard time talking. Like my tongue, like just it didn't work the same. so it like mumbled a little bit more. But I noticed like when I was up at the time it's like your tongue was like just tied with an iron weight on it. It just could not function. You're like, blah, 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 blah.
So yeah, if you're deprived of sleep for even one night, your ability to memorize new information drops significantly.
Yeah, majorly.
Yeah, so for all the sleep is for the weak people.
Forever? Or
Not
just
for,
like that
not
day?
for anybody that wants to remember things.
So if you're in a really bad thing in life, just stay awake and you'll forget all those things. That's what I'm hearing you say, Jeremy.
It's gone.
2020. I'm staying awake the rest of the year. All right.
Well, the big one, I mean, we're on this weird tangent now, I guess. But if anyone has any relevant questions, you're welcome to ask them. But
yes, please.
It was like this documentary, this guy that he broke a record doing that. Was named Randy Gardner.
Oh, staying awake?
Yeah, he stayed awake for 264 hours straight.
Oh.
I did not die.
I think he may have. No, he didn't die, but it like he became. I think it ruined his life. No, yeah, it ruined his life. He became like really angry all the time, I guess, and ended up with a sleep disorder and he ate a bunch of. I think he got like, divorced and stuff.
He stayed awake for 11 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you start messing with the biochemistry of your brain at that stage. That's just not worth it.
Yeah, there's like a whole big thing on. They did a whole sleep study on him while he was doing it. And I guess he started doing this thing called micro sleeps. So
that's how he got into it?
No, it would be
this
like
idea?
No. So like your body just starts to fight you after that long.
Yeah.
Right. So like they would have to follow him everywhere to keep him awake. So like he would go to the bathroom, and they said because they had like stuff plugged up to him while they were doing it. So they said like every time he blinked, he would go to sleep, and then and wake back up. Like
that sounds exhausting.
It was just trying like any way to get some sleep.
Well, yeah, I know. Even after a really long, like just a long day, or like pulling an all-nighter. Especially if you're working, it's different when you're just like doing nothing, but when you're actually trying to get something done and you're really using your brain to complete something, like that's adding way more stress onto your brain as well. I imagine anyway. I'm not a brain doctor.
It is actually, it makes people that try to push through like studying or like trying to get something, you end up making so many more mistakes. And like there's a lot of studies that have come out for truck drivers and doctors, like ER doctors, that you really shouldn't be pushing yourself. It's not good for anyone around you to be.
Well, they put limits on. Was it last year? It was a few years ago. They put limits on trainees for physicians for how long they can work in a stretch. I think it's 24 hours now.
Good.
They used to be 36. This is in the U.S. But.
That's crazy though. Like, guys, I'm at 3%. It's gonna start dropping pretty fast.
Dun dun dun.
Do I have internet back?
Surprised you made it this far. This is pretty impressive.
No,
what kind of phone do you have?
I have the LG.
Let's plug the phone.
I have the LG Thin 40.
The phone battery's been doing great, right? Let us tell our viewers.
I went to type in and got the Google Air of offline. I was like, oh, look, let me look up the stats. Oh, wait, I don't have internet.
Yeah, what phone do I have?
I tried.
Yeah.
It's the LG Thin Q 40Q. It's good.
Nice.
I'm afraid I'm clicking out of it, which is probably a bad idea. It's gonna make me use the battery up more. Leave it alone. Gonna leave it here on Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stay.
It's the Star Wars. Like, stay on target.
Yeah, stay on target.
So next week, Ryan's gonna have an Xbox Series X.
I wish. I can't even look for it. I was going to look for it. This is so traumatic. I'm traumatized without my internet access. See, I'm so used to having good internet here. I'm not used to it not working.
Yeah, he just checked Big Glob. Not working yet, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's like, you're addicted to like your computer or social media when like you close something and then you like click the same icon to open it again, even though you just closed it, or like you're checking something. Oh no, yeah, I don't have internet, of course. Let me just Google something real quick.
Exactly.
Let me Google how to fix my internet.
There's a video that I'm sure it's pretty old, but I just saw it a few few days ago about teenagers using Windows 95 machine.
That's so bad.
Oh, and he died.
Oh, we lost him.
Lost him. But anyway, it was quite funny because Windows 95 did not have Wi-Fi enabled.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was just a computer.
Right, I know. So watching them try to do the dial-up, they had AOL installed, so they were having to do the AOL dial-up, it was amazing. You got mail. Yeah.
I remember getting those discs.
Oh, I know.
Mail
constantly.
To let you like put in a CD-ROM to get internet.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, that's not a thing.
You had to pay by the hour of connection, so it was like you log in really fast to check your email and then get off.
Yeah, and just get out of there real quick.
I know.
Someone's got to use the phone. Oh man. Kids will never understand the struggle. We live in like an interesting generation because we had like a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it started out
like
with
the no internet,
with nothing. I know.
Yeah, just.
We had to
what did we do? I don't know. Yeah, I read a lot of books.
Play outside, crazy stuff.
Or like really boring, like.
Well, you could play video games. I like that Nintendo stuff, but it was just not internet connected. It was all single players.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to get so much more creative with like finding fun stuff to do.
Yep.
I remember me and my sister, it wasn't Photoshop, but it was like some version of it, but not Paint either. It was like an upgrade from Paint. And my family got a scanner. We're so excited. And so we started scanning photos of like us and our friends and doing these like Photoshop hacks, like making people look funny, like changing people's faces.
Oh, building treehouses is nice.
Doing stuff. Building treehouses, that's a nice thing to do.
I know. Yeah, I had a fort in the backyard as a young child. That was cool.
What did I have in the backyard? I remember I had like a nice, like I had a swing hanging from my balcony. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's harder now. Pleasures. Actually, there's so much to navigate as you're growing up now that you didn't have to deal with.
Yeah, it sounds like younger people are more bored too. Like, yeah. I don't remember ever being bored really as a kid. Like I would just read stuff. Like I wouldn't want to eat my dinner and I would like just read the label on the ketchup bottle just to do something. Like
right.
Just dumb stuff like that.
I had longer attention spans and
yeah.
Less anxiety about things, I think.
Yeah.
But, you also
didn't know as much stuff.
You also didn't have maps on your phone, so you had to like learn how to read a map. It took forever to get anywhere or find it. So there's definitely some nice conveniences now, but
oh yeah, I remember
to deal with growing up for sure.
Yeah, we had one of those like map books. My dad had one, and every time I went to like a new friend's house, yeah, and we had to like figure out where it was. Okay, go to this page. Okay, find like B32
the zoomed in version,
and like find the square where the street was, and then you had to find the street name. Oh, crazy stuff we had to do just to get around. I know,
big glob, but no social media, which was nice. I have to say.
Good times as we are talking about this on Twitch, and we're also like simultaneously streaming on YouTube and Periscope. Are we still doing Periscope? All the places.
And Facebook.
Yep. We're everywhere talking about the good old days.
And we announced it on Twitter and Slack and
yes. check.
Yep. Oh, I know.
So glad it wasn't around to record all the dumb things I did as a kid. Oh my god.
Yeah. I know. There's like, when you think of all that stuff that you used to get into, and you're like, oh, there's actually no photos of it.
Yeah.
No one has the video recording of that.
Although all the video recordings were never very good. The ones that we did get from that time.
Oh, I know.
I don't know about your family.
You had to have a camera that was like the size of a suitcase to carry.
Yeah. My dad very famously recorded over one of my childhood VHS tapes with I want to say the like 1996 Grammy Awards.
That's fantastic.
Did anyone ever rewatch that? No.
No.
Did we want to rewatch me doing cute stuff? Yes.
Probably not. Oh.
It's all gone. It's all gone forever. Thanks, Jeremy. It's all gone forever. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So the stream is for get off our childhood traumas.
Yeah, this is why I'm here. I'm not here every week, but when I am, we make sure to talk about
to work
the real important stuff.
Our deep issues. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I've
On
got
that
nothing
note.
else. I know. Yeah, hopefully.
Gotta convert those tapes to DVD. Smart.
I know. That was a big thing for a while. Everybody was converting all their stuff. Now it's all in the cloud. Forever.
Yeah. It's a different time. Like how many photos do you have of your kid?
Thousands.
Yeah, right?
But none of them are on social media.
But you still have thousands. Like that's still pretty wild to think about. Like thinking about, photo albums before, and you thought that was a lot, like one book.
I know.
Or maybe 3 books full. Like, wow, that's a lot of photos. That's probably too many photos.
Yep.
And now, you can get thousands.
Well, now you don't have to go
to
like grandma's house and look through the photos, and it's like a whole thing. Now, your laptop's like, here, look what you did last year at this time. You're like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm curious to see if we'll look back at those like, years and years down the line.
Probably when your kid starts to talk back to you, you're like, oh, I remember when you were cute.
Want to see some of the crazy stuff you used to do? All right, here you go.
Yeah. Use those blackmail for your own child.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Nothing's on social media yet, but it could be.
Yeah. Don't push my buttons.
Yeah.
They're like, no, Dad, Instagram's lame.
Yeah.
We're all on like Bing Bong now or whatever.
Yeah.
Past TikTok. It's on to something else.
Yep. All right. Anybody else have any exciting topics? Call it for the evening. All right.
I'm glad everyone watching really enjoyed what we were talking about.
I know.
I'm assuming they are.
The SideFX thing is pretty interesting. I'm excited to see where that leads.
Yeah, me too.
The rest of our tangents, I don't know. We had a good time, so hopefully you did too. And thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah, be sure to check out Spectre stream on Saturdays. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Saturdays. So that'll be for 3D animation. Thank you, Big Globagoo. I might go play a little Valhalla after the stream, actually. We'll see.
Nice.
Or go to sleep.
Yeah, or go to sleep.
Yeah, probably what
that thing that Rushback isn't doing.
Right.
Or I guess now he is. Well, I guess I can't sleep now.
And then for those of us that are current students, be sure to be on the lookout for the Unreal open sessions that will be coming up soon.
Great new skill to try out.
Oh.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, thanks so much. We'll see you next time.